Hello friends, it's me. And today we're watching a My Story animated video about a girl who looks a little too different from her family. And it has her thinking, like, are they even my real family? There was a time when I was a kid and I had to think about that too. Let's watch.
I'm Aria from Chicago. I know everyone thinks their dads are strong, but I knew for a fact that mine was the strongest.
That is quite the claim. Does he hold the Guinness World Record for world's strongest dad? What's his KD?
He was an army major and I was super proud of him, but because of his job, he was gone for months. Mom left us when I was a baby, so Grandma took care of me in Dad's absence.
Mom left us when I was a baby. Like, I just had this kid. Let's go to the Maldives. Bye.
When I was in 7th grade, he gave me the best news ever. He was getting remarried and I was getting a new mom and a sister. Dad got me the most gorgeous pink dress for his wedding, and everyone couldn't stop gushing about how pretty I looked until my stepsister Jenny crashed into me and spilled her orange juice all over my hair and clothes.
Sorry, you were getting a little too much attention. I had to give you a little more.
I'm so sorry. There was a bee chasing me. My stepmom doted on me. And Jenny, well, she was also pretty awesome. But sometimes she went overboard with her kindness. Aria, I made these napkins for you with my own hands. That would have been cute if Jenny hadn't made that out of the dress I wore on our parents' wedding day.
Nah, she playing dirty. She's out to get you. Oh, I ruined your dress. Here's a handmade napkin. Please accept my gracious gift. No!
Jenny and I were playing in a nearby park. Suddenly, I heard her screaming, so I ran to her and found one of our neighbors holding her by her collar. What are you doing, Mrs. Sparkley? I caught this little thief trying to break into your home. She's not a thief. She's my sister.
Yeah, I'd be holding her up like that, like the little pest that she is.
Your sister? I'm sorry, honey. You're so pretty. You both don't look related at all.
Oh, you're so pretty. This ugly, hideous creature over there, that's your sister? Definitely weren't popped out of the same hole.
The way Mrs. Sparkley said that made me feel bad. And Jenny looked ready to explode. And you look like you're related to a family of pigs. Here, eat some dirt. Jenny grabbed a fistful of mud, threw it on Mrs. Sparkley's face, and ran away. Dad had to face the anger of a furious Mrs. Sparkley for an hour that evening.
Man, if I was Mrs. Sparkley, I'd be rotting in jail after a good
Jenny joined my school, and I was glad to introduce her to my friends, but I noticed that she tried to copy me in everything. We ended up buying the same clothes, she joined the school's drama club like me, and she even brought pasta to school every day like me, even though she hated it.
I smell a copycat. This sounds a little familiar. Also, who bring pasta to school every day?
And one day, I got to know she wanted to play the role I was auditioning for in the school play, so I simply stepped back to give her the chance. And she did manage to land the role. Dad got a call, and when he hung up, he cried with joy. It was your drama teacher. Some casting director watched your recent play, and he wants to cast you in an upcoming teen movie. I was ecstatic.
That's not sketch or anything. Like, you want my daughter to be in a new movie? Yeah, definitely not sketch at all.
After that day, I started getting popular in school. Everyone suddenly wanted to hang out with me, but I felt Jenny slowly growing distant. She no longer wanted to play with me at home, and at school, she'd often say awful things to embarrass me.
My sister brought pasta to school, so I brought pasta to school. My sister gets a role in a new movie. I can't get a role in a new movie. Time to start the hate.
Did you guys know that Aria ate her bookers when she was little? Ew! And she loves smelling her socks after a sweaty gym session.
I mean, who hasn't smelled a sweaty sock after a gym session? Sometimes you're just curious and wanna inhale your special scents.
6 months passed, and one day, Dad got a call that he and his team had to leave for Afghanistan immediately.
Oh no,
a couple of days after Dad left, we got the most terrible news. Dad and a few of his teammates had gone missing. Mom and Jenny acted like everything was normal. It was Jenny's birthday in a week, and both of them were busy planning for the party.
Ma'am, your husband just went missing. Oh, which dress should I wear for my birthday party? The blue one or the purple one? I'm sorry, what? Unless you secretly hate him.
How can you even think about celebrating when there's still no news about Dad? It's my 13th birthday. I can't let anyone ruin it. Besides, who knows if he'll ever be found? That made me so angry. I gave Jenny a tight slap. She pounced on me and we fought like wildcats until Mom pulled us apart. When she heard what happened, she grounded me for a week.
Why did you get grounded? For smacking her daughter? Man, I would have grounded both of you for not caring that Dad was missing.
I may have have sneaked into the kitchen and sprinkled some extra pepper in the food and poured a bottle of vinegar into the lemonade. Mom, feel like I ate the sun. Get me some lemonade, quick. What did you mix in it? It tastes like pee. The party was ruined. And obviously, it didn't take long for Mom and Jenny to figure out who was responsible for it.
Oh no, the vinegar just spilled out of my back pocket. That's how you get caught.
Your daddy spoiled you way too much, Arya. Mom placed a mop bucket in front of me and asked me to clean the kitchen. I saw Jenny walk out of my room with all my favorite dresses. Since you didn't get me a birthday cake, I'm taking these. Oh,
what?
And I also like the headband you're wearing. Jenny snatched it from my head and put it on hers.
And you defended her in the beginning for not being a little thief. Who's a little thief now? Done made her into a pretty little slave. Kind of how Cinderella went.
2 years passed and there was still no news of Dad or his teammates. Several acting offers poured in after my movie stint, but I refused them all since I was more interested in studying and topping my grades. I knew if I got more popular, Jenny would resent it and find ways to make my life miserable.
Man, I would've took all of them roles to be like, screw you guys. I'ma make money, get into all these movies, then what you gonna do? Everybody's just jealous of her.
When I reached the 10th grade, a new girl named Cheryl joined our class mid-session. I noticed something really weird about her. She didn't smile or laugh at all.
This is literally Rey and Asuka from Evangelion. Huh? Yeah, look familiar, huh?
Do you know what happens when an elephant feels dizzy? It elephants. What's a cow's favorite holiday? New Year's Eve. Soon, the whole class was
so
gossiping about
funny.
how weird Cheryl was. Someone even started a rumor that she was a robot. Then
She
one
probably
day,
is.
I entered the classroom and saw Jenny's minions had pinned Cheryl to a wall and Jenny was tickling her.
Oh, I thought she was like feeling her up. Hey, you gonna get canceled for that.
Why can't you laugh? Are you really a robot?
Man, if somebody did that to me, I'd be kicking and screaming on the floor.
I'm sure Cheryl doesn't want to waste her smile on a moron like you. Our teacher entered and everyone went back to their seats. After that incident, Cheryl and I grew super close. She told me that she had a rare condition called Mobius syndrome that made it impossible for her to have any facial expression.
Is that a real thing? It is. Wow, you learn something new every day. Y'all ever see those TikTok live streams where it's like, I'll end my live stream if you make me laugh? She would win.
I asked our teacher if Cheryl and I could organize workshops to educate kids about Mobius syndrome, and she gladly agreed. Our workshops were a great success. Every kid who attended told Cheryl how brave she was for talking about her condition, including our school's most popular jock, Chris. You're awesome, Cheryl. Just the way you are. Pinch me, Arya, so I know it's not a dream. A few days later, we had a debate competition in which both Cheryl and I participated. I stood first and Cheryl stood second. We both hugged each other, but just then, Cheryl's mom marched up on stage and started yelling at her. You always stood first in your previous school. What happened to you? But she came in second, and that's pretty awesome too. You should be happy for her. Of course she'd say that since you bagged the top spot. Cheryl, this girl's your competition. You need to stay careful.
Bro, I would smack my own mother if she came up on stage and yelled at me in front of the entire school for coming in second place. Are you serious?
Months passed, and soon it was time for prom night. Cheryl had a massive crush on Chris since our workshop days. I think he's gonna ask me out for prom. I'm so excited. I've already decided what I'm gonna wear. Just then, I saw Chris heading towards us, but instead of asking Cheryl, he asked me out.
No! This is literally the worst thing that can happen. If anything will break up a friendship, unfortunately, it's this.
Obviously, I politely turned him down. Why did you do that? The way he was looking at you, I think he really likes you.
Nah, this is girl code.
How can I go out with a boy my best friend has a crush on?
Yup.
Remember? Sisters before misters? Later that day, our science teacher had asked us to prepare a project and told us the best one would get a scholarship opportunity at a prestigious university in New York.
What kind of project is offering a whole entire scholarship?
No matter which of us wins, a pizza party with lots of ice cream is guaranteed. For the next few days, Cheryl and I got busy with our projects. When we brought them to school on the submission day, I was surprised to see how amazing her project was. This looks so incredible. I'm sure you're winning this time. You really think so? I spent the last 3 nights working on it. Just then, it was announced that we had to keep our projects in the auditorium for the teachers to review.
Plot twist,
After
none of them
placing my
win.
project next to Cheryl's,
Somebody's
I was
gonna
about to
hijack
leave
her
when
project.
a hand roughly turned me around.
There she is.
How dare you agree to go out with Chris? I asked him out for prom night, but he told me he was taking you. What the fudge? First Cheryl and now Jenny?
Why is everybody fighting over the same guy? Is there not more than one man in this high school?
He did ask me out, but I refused. You lying witch. Suddenly, Jenny pushed me hard, and I landed straight on Cheryl's project. Oh God, Jenny, what did you do? I frantically tried saving Cheryl's project, but just then I saw her walk in. What's taking you so long, Aria? Ah, my project! I'm sorry, Cheryl. It was an accident. Stop lying, Aria. I just saw you ruin this project. I tried to stop her, Cheryl, but she said she had to win this competition at all costs. I was shocked at how evil Jenny could be. I was about to slap her, but Cheryl caught my hand midair.
That is actual
my heart
evil.
broke to see the distrust in her eyes. I can't believe you'd stoop so low to win a competition. I should have believed my mom. All you ever cared about was winning. Our friendship never meant anything to you.
Dang, that's actually so sad. I cannot believe this plot twist. Jenny, you're going straight to hell.
She ran away with tears in her eyes as Jenny smirked at me. After that day, Cheryl refused to talk to me and started hanging out with Jenny instead.
She gonna steal your friend too? Man, she's been planning this for a long time now. None of y'all gonna talk to me, I'm gonna go out with that guy.
For the first time, I got a C in science. My home life was already a mess, and whatever little happiness I found in school was being destroyed by Jenny. Jenny barged into my room, dressed like a wannabe model. How does it feel to be a loser, Aria? Sitting all alone on prom night in your tacky clothes. Why do you hate me so much? What have I ever done to you? Remember Mom's wedding day? I was the flower girl, yet everyone kept talking about how pretty you looked. And then I bagged that play, but you got chosen for a movie. You've always tried to one-up me.
Are you kidding me right now? Have you tried getting better? Maybe you just meant to be in second place.
Aria's so pretty. Aria's a genius. Aria, Aria, Aria. I didn't do it intentionally. And is it really my fault that I'm good at what I do? No. But do you have any idea how that makes me feel? So technically, I should have stopped my growth just because you weren't growing at the same pace?
Darn man, lesson! I shouldn't stop my growth to grow at your pace.
You know what, Jenny? I am not responsible for your insecurities.
That's true.
And I am so done with you.
That is true.
The moment she left, I called Chris and told him I was ready to go to prom with him if he was still interested. He gladly agreed, and when I arrived at the party on Chris's arm, I could see Jenny's jaw drop to the floor.
I'm surprised you didn't ask anybody else out.
She looked angrier than a raging bull and came charging at me. But before she could reach me, someone stepped in between us. Don't you dare mess with my best friend. Cheryl? You said you wouldn't be attending the prom. Well, guess what? I changed my mind, and I am so glad that I did. How else would I have gotten the chance to hear you bragging to your friends about how you lied to ruin things between me and Aria? Jenny looked stunned for a moment. Then she tried to attack Cheryl, but before she could, a crowd of angry girls picked her up and threw her out.
She just keeps attacking everybody. You know, as soon as she turned 18, she gonna go straight to jail. Got you on assault charges.
Later that night, when Chris dropped me home, I opened the main door, but right then, a bag came flying at me. Thankfully, I dodged it just in time. How dare you think I'll let you into this house after what you did to Jenny? Stealing the boy she likes? Humiliating her at prom? Take your bag and get lost.
Playing victim!
No one talks to my daughter like that.
Oh, Dad is
It was
back!
Dad!
Woo!
I was thrilled to see him and ran straight into his arms.
I feel like I just watched
He'd
the
listened
movie.
to every word of what Mom said, and he was furious.
What was he doing right there? Hey! Where's his hands? That's not sus or anything.
Dad asked me if this is how I'd been treated in his absence, and he immediately sent
Yeah,
Mom
get him
and
out
Jenny
of here.
packing.
They made her clean toilets for the past few years.
He told me he'd been captured by the enemy and held hostage for 2 years. But then the government struck a deal with them and they released him.
Imagine being
I
hostage
missed
for
you
2
so
years.
much, Dad.
That's rough, buddy.
I missed you more, sweetheart. As Dad pulled me in for a hug, I knew my life would be perfect
go on,
again.
get out of there. Horrible people. Well, that was quick. Sorry, y'all gotta go. Just me and my daughter now. But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button in the face. And make sure you turn on notifications. Click, click. And I just released some new merch. We got hoodies, shirts, tank tops at ogwolfpack.com. I'll link it below. And subscribe to the Wolfpack. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.